Hey everybody, I'm going to do another video on Toorcoin today. Before I get started, I just want to tell everyone thank you very much for all the views and the likes. Appreciate it very much. The channel's starting to take off. Um, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell. Um, like I said, this is another video for Toorcoin. I did one about 2 months ago. It was one of the first videos I ever did um, because I was very interested in the project. I thought it had huge potential for a whole host of reasons, which I still do, and I'll go over. Um, but there's been a couple changes. Nothing really with Toorcoin or Toorister, but some personal ones. Um, as I always say, with my channel, one of the reasons I started it was to go over or bring attention to projects that I think people don't really go over, that they're not getting much coverage. Um, Everyone seems to just kind of rehash the same thing, go over the same news, go over the same projects. Um, and there's a lot out there that are, have some merit, or I think they have some merit or have some either potential or value. So I wanted to kind of focus on them, which I have been doing. But Toorcoin was one of the first ones in Toorister. There's two different parts. Toorister is the platform, which is going to be a travel platform like Travelocity, Expedia, Kayak, so on. But it's decentralized. It's on a blockchain, so it's going to, of course, be 10 times better for all the reasons that blockchain would make it 10 times better. Then there's Toorcoin, which is going to be the currency that it runs on, and there are three different stages um, in the application of the coin, which uh, the the first one is used as more as like a tipping. Then the second one is used for purchasing things on the marketplace that they're going to set up, and then the third one is total mass adoption, as far as hotels, airlines, to use it as currency. Now, one of the things that they did, or that they're when I first looked at this, what really struck me and hit me is that latter part, the mass adoption that this could bring, and also for reasons that I went over in the first video. I'm an older guy, so I remember going on vacations, and we would get traveler's checks. Uh, we'd have to go to the bank or wherever. My parents would get would purchase the traveler's checks, and that was the currency that we used for traveling, and it was a common thing. Uh, and it was kind of a pain to use because not everyone took them. You'd have to go to the bank. Some restaurants did, some restaurants didn't. Um, but they were a little bit more secure. Um, if they were stolen, if they were lost, they could be replaced. So the security was a big thing. So that's why they're very appealing. And it was just accepted that this is travel money. This is an alternate currency that you use when you travel. And it was accepted. So I think that this, in that mindset, will be a lot easier for people to accept and use when they go on holiday or when they go on a vacation, that this will be the travel currency. Um, which is one reason why I can see really a huge mass adoption and it furthering the space in general. Um, that being said, not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. You should always do your own research and your own due diligence and look into it. Um, Now, some of the changes a couple months ago when I did this video, I put it out. I joined the community um, in researching it before I did it, and then during and afterwards. And I've been very active in the community because, like I said, I'm really bullish on it. I think it's a really great project, and I'm really behind it. So one of the outcomes of that is that they have brought me on as an advisor to the project, and this just happened, literally like a couple days ago. One of the reasons for that is they had a bounty program, um, which I work full time for Xbox. I do the YouTube channel um, on the side, and it's just as a kind of a started off as kind of a hobby. Um, and I also have a job in the crypto industry. I work for Bounty Zero X. I'm on board different cryptocurrency projects and help set up their bounties for different campaigns that they want to have. Uh, but anyway, so I am active in the community, and then they were starting their second round, and they're starting their bounties now. I think this week for through Bounty Zero X, which you can click on the bounty tab up here in the top, and or just go to Bounty Zero X and look up Toorcoin and take part in those. But they had asked me some questions on setting up the bounty, and I was going over that with them and advising them on it. And then we just started talking, and that led to me being added as an advisor. Just want to be, full transparency on everything there, so everybody knows. Uh, but and nothing is really is changed there. They've stuck to the roadmap so far. I'll go over it again. Like I said, there's two different parts: Toorcoin and Toorister. Now I know first off that there are competitors. When obviously the traditional ones I went over like Expedia and Travelocity and so on. This is going to be a lot better. That's not really much of a competition because of the definite cost savings and transparency, security, all that kind of stuff, which you would expect. Which you can go over the first video I went over, and then the the coin is going to like I said that's going to be a huge, I think has massive potential in the different stages. Um, the Tourster refutes the problems are booking, are budget, location, and duration. Uh, and the Tourster platform defeats the duration. Tourster is meant to be a travel website providing amazing travel itineraries and booking platform for travel destinations. The thing that's going to set this apart from, I know there's, I think one or two other travel, decentralized travel slates that they're trying to start up or that are going through ICOs, which is another huge thing about Toorcoin and Toorister. They did not have an ICO. They are not having an ICO for the simple fact that ICOs have a bad rep right now, and it's just very admirable what the reason that they did it. Um, they did not have an ICO. They are doing total airdrops and bounties to get the currency circulated, which so they're not trying to take anyone's money to get their project started. And the only way that the team is going to make any money or have any success is if the coin itself has success. Um, so many times with ICOs, especially, uh, and most projects, I've noticed this. Um, they can be a great project with amazing technology, with an amazing team that does amazing work, that are reaching out to the community, updating every week. Look what we're doing, and it's great. But their currency goes nowhere and does nothing because they don't care about it. They've made millions of dollars in the ICO. Their project is funded. They're going to be able to do what they want to do. It's not important to them. With the Toorcoin, like I said, the only way that they can fund the things they want to do and the team can have any kind of financial success is if the coin is profitable, which that changes the whole game when it comes to that and sets them apart from anyone else. Um, Now, Toorister, what I think is the huge thing that sets them apart from everyone else and will make this the best travel platform there is, period. Not just with decentralized blockchain uh, travel platforms, but any other travel platform there is. Anything. Priceline, Kayak, Expedia, you name it. If, like I said, I remember, when we're going to go on vacation or holiday, it was an event. We would a normal person couldn't do it. We don't know how to do that. We'd have to go to a professional and go to their office, sit down and say, we want to go to Europe. We want to go here. We want to do that. Here's our budget. And then this professional would make an itinerary and tell us what their professional opinion was. And we'd set up a plan, and they would set up a travel plan. We'd have an itinerary. It was like I said, it was an event. It was a planned event. Um, I have traveled now. I've I buy uh, gifts of travel for like friends and relatives because it's not that expensive. I mean, I sent my nephew to Vegas for his birthday. It was only a few $100s um, last year. So, but the thing is, every holiday or vacation, whenever you use those sites, they're all just cookie cutter, boring vacations. They're all the same. It's like a fast food place. There's no individuality whatsoever. You say I want to go here for this amount of time, and I want to come back at this time, and click, and then it tells you here. Here's a place to sleep, and here's a way you're going to get there. Do you want to have a car while you're there? That's it. Um, Very generic. You're very, really on your own, and it makes your vacation a lot more work and a lot less special because it's a lot less individualized. Tourister is going to utilize the community and the blockchain to make everyone working together and incentivizing that by people will be able to earn compensation in Toorcoin by being kind of travel critics or uh, giving travel reviews. So if you go to Dallas for the weekend or you go to New York, um, you can submit a review, talk about where you went. If you found a restaurant that's just out of the way, a hole in the wall place that was amazing, you can put that information out there, and then when other people are going to take a trip to that destination, they can read those reviews and look at that. Uh, if they're really into Indian food or whatever, they can look that up. And there's some, like I said, hole in the wall Indian restaurant that you went to that you talked about what you had. It was the most amazing thing you ever had. They can put that on their itinerary. They can now know that they're going to go there, and they can tip you for that. They can give you some Toorcoin. Um, that I think that's the first phase of Toorcoin is the tipping for the travel advice. Um, so like I said, it's going to make it a lot more specialized, a lot more personal, which no one else is doing. No one else has done for decades, pretty much. Um, it's gonna be that's gonna be one of the most amazing things I think is that um, ERC20. You can put it in your MyEther wallet. Uh, Now the token supply is not huge. It is only 100 million, which is not a lot, but it's way tinier than that. The actual circulating supply, or really the actual supply, is only 13.5 million. That's all that's going to be out there, 13.5 million. The other 80%, 82 million, is locked up. And this is another thing that there's so much focus on this token and increasing the value of it. It's just amazing. 82 million is locked up and will be released as a staking reward, a huge staking reward. So if you hold these tokens, you're going to get a lot of rewards on it, and it's going to be released over the next 20 years. So it is not going to be quick. So this circulating supply is going to be pretty low for a while, uh, which should help the price to stay decent and stay stabilized at a decent amount, decent valuation for the token. Um, the staking rewards, like I said, they're really big. I think it's like 30% the first year, um, which I'll go over that in a little bit. Code's available on GitHub. Here's the token details if you want to put that in your MyEther wallet. Roadmap it's a really good roadmap. Like they're doing a lot. Um, there's not a lot of huge gaps in between events. You know, it's like every couple months they're knocking something out. They've launched the website, obviously, and all this. We're looking at it. They had their first bounty program, issued the white paper and the light paper. May, hired staff, started an aggressive marketing campaign. June, they had token distribution from the first bounty, and they started the platform development. Now we're in Q3. They're having an itinerary creation for. They're going to start out with European destinations um, for the first phase of the Toorister platform launch, and they're setting up some giveaway contests. Q4, they're going to have the beta launch itinerary available for top European destinations, and the Toorister integration with Google Places API, and they're going to do platform testing. Um, I've been really on them about this part too. One of the reasons is because my niece just moved to Germany, and she's going to be there for 3 years. So I told them I really want this up and running, this year because I want to use it to go there to visit her. Um, and they are assuring me it's going to be going. Everything is on the roadmap is moving forward. They're not having any problems. So I'm looking forward to using that. Then Q1 of next year, they're going to create the Tourster Travel Forum and the Travel or Toorcoin. The first use case is going to go into effect for tipping. Um, integrate attraction timings and tags for, like I said, if you're going to New York or wherever, and start the itinerary review system. Then Q2, we're going to expand the itineraries to top worldwide destinations, Tourster integration with Google Maps, multi-language support for the website. So beginning of next year, that's really fast. I mean, they're launching their beta in a few months and be a working beta for European travel. And then, a few months later, they're going to have worldwide destinations. And Q3, they're going to launch the use case 2. They're going to set up the travel marketplace for Tourister. Um, that's going to be for it's kind of a big deal. And then these two go together. The marketplace and the Toorcoin use case 2 is to pay for things in the marketplace. This would be for if you're going to, say, Dallas, going on a trip to Dallas, and the Dallas Zoo wants to be part of the marketplace, so you can buy tickets to go to the zoo or the aquarium, and you could pay for them with your Toorcoin. Um, of course, they're going to take different cryptocurrencies and fiat on the marketplace. Um, for That's going to be another way to bring in different businesses. Because I mean, if you go to the Dallas Aquarium and you are trying to get them onto this cool travel website, it's going to um, increase your customer base worldwide. Adoption. Everyone's going to be looking at this. You'll definitely they would be very, very interested in it. And then if you say, well, they have to pay with cryptocurrency, you have to accept it, then you've got that whole hurdle to go over. Whereas if you're taking crypto and fiat, it's easy to onboard more businesses and then integrate the crypto acceptance once they're on into their payment system, or even where they can accept it and then convert to fiat or to Ethereum or Bitcoin. But it is really smart to do it that way, and it's gonna. That's the phase two, when you can use that to book side things and make other purchases on the marketplace. Then Q4, enable users to customize and collaborate on itineraries and introduce the city travel guides. That's when it really, I think, will come out of the testing and the getting started. That's when the real meat and potatoes hits the plate, and when you can really dine on the project. Uh, your trips are going to be a lot more personalized, a lot more in depth. You're going to know more about the area that you're going to, from real people that have been there. You can tailor it to what your specific um, likes and desires are, versus just something that's of generic um, interest to most people. And then Q1 of 20, they're going to release the mobile app, which is very important, obviously, because everything runs on mobile, and multi-language support for the Toorster platform. And then Q20, create travel bookings portal for the Toorster platform, and that's when the use case 3 goes into full effect, which is super mass adoption. Um, when you can pay for your flight with Toorcoin, and you can pay for your hotel, uh, you can rent a car, that's mass adoption. That is a big deal. Um, so that's the roadmap. Like I said, it's not really stagnant. They're hitting something every couple months. They have an infographic. They have a light paper, which is awesome. They have white paper, and they have a quick, explainer video that goes over the basic. And it's just a kind of a cute video. They were just put on a new exchange, Enclaves, and they're looking at go on to more exchanges. The team haven't been put on here yet. Obviously, like I said, it just got added as an advisor. Where we at? They got a Mom is a lead dev. He's setting up the blockchain. See the no. FossilCon is the lead dev, and Omar is advisor in marketing. She, I believe, did the graphic design for this website, which is pretty cool. The team's pretty good. The team, usually I'm really, really strict on, and I went over this on my first video, which is one of the reasons why they reached out to me in the group. Because they went over my video and they said, you really, you called us out on the team, and you were correct. I said that the team looks good, and the stuff, that they in their bios is pretty good, but it's very generic. It's very bland. I even said, foreshadowing, I guess, that right here, I said you could literally change that. He's traveled over 4 continents. You could change that to 3 continents, and then you could put my picture there and just leave this, and it would literally, it would be me. And he said that, yeah, they really did that because they're just getting everything started. They have other things that they were working on, so that they did not go into all that. But like I said in my other video, the reason I usually hit the team so hard is because that's very, very important. which it still is very, very important, but they're not having an ICO. They are not trying to get your money, um, which is a huge, huge deal. Uh, and the whole reason that they're doing that, they uh, they had actually thought about that. It was a big debate, um, because they would have raised, a ton of capital, um, but it's because they really, really want to be upfront. They really care about the community and the space. Um, and ICOs have I mean, there's been stuff that's come out that 70%, 80% of them, um, have been scams. I think just a lot of them fail because a lot of businesses, falter. But that's why they did it. I think it's so admirable and such uh, a big deal that they did it that way. Um, Went over pretty much all the stuff here. They have you can contact them directly. They have Twitter, Telegram, Medium, Bitcoin Talk, YouTube, Reddit. The Telegram, really, really good Telegram community. I'm on a few Telegram groups, and honestly, it's my favorite one. The people are there really real and genuine, and are really excited about the project. Uh, or you can email them directly, like I said. I'll go over the light paper a little. I mean, I've kind of went over most everything on the project, but there's a couple technical things. Use cases I went over. Token allocation. Like I said, 100 million total, which is a very you know decent amount, but it's on the small end. But only 13.5 million are going to be pre-mined. 4.5 million goes to the team and advisors, and then 82% is going to go on the staking pool, which 40% of the bounty and 22.5% for marketing. So most all of it is just getting put out there through bounties and through marketing, and then they'll be sold on exchanges and get distributed to the masses. Now this is the staking rewards, which, like I said, they are incredible. 82%, 82 million tokens are going to be used for the staking reward pool, which is laid out over 20 years. Um, so it's not like a bunch of them are going to get dumped onto the market, at any given time. But the first year, it's 0.5% a week. It's about 30% for the first year, just from letting them sit in your Ether wallet. Um, Year two, it's about a third percent every week, about 18 and a half, 15, 13, so on and so forth, up to even year 20, it's still like 4.25%, um, that you're getting back just from letting it sit there. The first, I think your money's going to double in or your tokens are going to double in 3 or 4 years here. Um, which I looked at like a dollar cost averaging on this, and because I save up every month, put a little bit aside for a vacation fund, um, and if I did that and actually purchased Toorcoin as putting it away for uh, for my vacation with the staking method, it would be the interest earned on it would be a sizable amount of Toorcoins. It would kind of be like getting a free vacation. I think it was like every 4 years. Like in the first 4 years, I would have made enough in the annual percentage or staking reward that I would have twice as many tokens as I put in. So that was just my personal idea. But staking reward is crazy cool. You can head over to Bounty 0x and take part in the bounty program they're having now and get your free Toorcoins. I think it's something like 200 just for joining the Telegram. Every tweet and there's Facebook post, Reddit, Bitcoin Talk. There's a bunch of them you can take part in and actually get get Toorcoins for free. Like I said, I work for Bounty Zero X. I'm also a sheriff for them, so I work with approving the submissions for the bounties. I can tell you, the last one they had, they paid everyone out. um, Everything was on the up and up, and uh, everyone is quite happy. If you have any questions or you have any comments, you can leave them down there in the comment section. If you need, I'm going to put links to the website, the white paper, um, and anything else there. You all have a good rest of your day. Take care.